Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I wanted to talk to you about the psychic activation upgrade that you may or may not have been able to use yet, but I want to talk about what you can expect to have happen once you go through that journey that I put onto the psychic activation upgrade MP3. And so if you haven't, the link to receive that is below. It's totally free. And really, what it is a powerful intention combined with some infused energy healing, Reiki energy healing, for you to really get a jump start on your psychic practice. And by psychic, what I mean is your ability to tune into yourself and pick up on the sensitivities and the energy around you and within you. And a lot of times that translates into being able to become a master of your own emotional energies. Not that you don't have emotions anymore, you just understand how to use them in a way that turns them into your superpower. You might, like I once was, be really overwhelmed when you had big emotions, but the truth is that it's because you're sensitive to emotion, and that's a really good thing when you harness it and use it for your best and ultimate highest good and the highest good of those around you. So I want to really focus you about what to expect when you do this MP3 and go on this journey. Some people I've talked to have done it have said, they haven't really experienced anything different happening in their spiritual practices or in their psychic development. And then immediately afterwards, they'll say, except in meditation, my dog told me, put his hand on me and told me to look at this situation. And I had this deep insight. And I was like, okay, has that happened before? And she was like, no. Or she'll be like, I've heard people say, oh, I've been seeing colors more than normal or picking up on colors, but I don't really think the psychic activation is really working. And I'm like, do you normally pick up on colors? No. It's like, okay. So it's really funny because I'll tell you, when I started developing my psychic abilities, I was with different psychics in a room, and the whole night I had been trying to read people's auras. And I'm an artist primarily, and so at that time, and so it was really easy for me to pick up colors. And then afterwards we were going around and they were like, oh, Heather, you've been reading people's auras and you've been going around and noticing what different colors people are giving off. And I was like, no, I wasn't. And it literally, I had to sit there and think, and I was like, oh yeah, I was doing that. I even set an intention to do that, but it wasn't this overt shining color jumping out at me. So I didn't necessarily notice what was happening in the moment. It wasn't this psychic activation upgrade, and the psychic process is not about making sensitivities bigger. It's about making your ability to perceive them more refined and more fine tuned. And I definitely have been a victim of not really realizing consciously what I was opening up to and exploring. And it is a really beautiful journey for you. I expect once you're done with the MP3 that you go about your day and do your spiritual practices, do your daily practices. If you meditate or breathe, or maybe I'll breathe, but if you use breathing as a specific practice, I want you to notice what comes up for you. And I'm going to tell you right now, if you have not already gotten a journal to write down the images and impressions and colors and experiences and numbers and synchronicities that you find up, if you don't have a journal for that, get one now, because they happen subtly like that. And even write down, I did a psychic activation upgrade, so that you can see what comes after it. And you write down your powerful intentions, that only enhances them. So another really big area where you might notice some difference is your dreams. I had a friend say, I don't usually normally get dreams, but I've been having a lot more vivid dreams lately. I'm like, oh, really? After doing this MP3. again, she didn't really realize how it was working. But most of things in life are really overt and in your face. Think of the TV and radio stations and commercials and the marketing and the advertising and the bombardment of the information that we receive. Tapping into your psychic energy is a lot more subtle than that. And what's good is that you've already been cultivating it for a very long time. This activation is just a powerfully charged intention to start noticing the psychic ability that you've already developed and to continue developing that psychic ability. If you want support in your process, please join our absolutely totally free Facebook group where we do self healings and energy clearings. I pull tarot cards and give messages occasionally. We also just are building a community of people who want to encourage each other on our own journeys within, because it is a very personal process, but that doesn't mean you have to go through it alone. You can be empowered and supported by people who are also going on the same path that you are. So if that's interesting to you, I will put that link in the captions in the description below. I will also put a link for more information about my ClairCoach certification program. If you're somebody who's really serious about developing your psychic abilities, you want to get attuned to levels 1, 2, and 3 Reiki energy, and start developing your clairvoyance and claircognition and all the clairs, then you are welcome to take a look at the information on my website about that. And I would be more than happy to meet with you, schedule a clarity call with you where we can talk one-on-one about where you're at and where you'd like to go, and if I can help you get there. I am always honored when I am considered to be a part of the process of somebody coming into their own intuitive power. So I would love it if you would share your energy with me and hop on a call and just see if we're a good fit, you know? Thank you so much for listening. I hope this answered any questions you had about the psychic activation upgrade. But if you have more, feel free to comment or message me. You can find me on all social media under Heatherish, Heather Yish, and that's also my website, www.heatherish.com. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll talk to you later.